We all come from different backgrounds and cultures, each with its own traditions and norms. When it comes to education, there are some rules we expect to be universal or at least common. However, Japan doesn't follow this standard. This country has school rules that completely deviate from the conventional. In this video, we will explore the strangest rules of Japanese schools. Imagine going to school and your classmates already knowing the color of your underwear. Sounds weird, right? But if I told you that in many Japanese high schools, students are required to wear white underwear, we might agree that this is very invasive. And it gets worse. Teachers are responsible for checking if students are indeed wearing white underwear, resulting in embarrassment for the students. Unlike many Western schools where janitors are responsible for cleaning, in Japan, the students themselves take on this responsibility. This promotes a sense of duty and cleanliness, as they learn the importance of keeping their school clean. It's no surprise that Japan is one of the cleanest countries in the world, ranking 25th compared to other nations. If you're a woman who likes wearing your hair tied up, I hate to disappoint you. But surprisingly, tied hairstyles are prohibited in some Japanese schools. Although this rule seems bizarre, for the Japanese, it aims to avoid any connotation of immorality, especially among male students. Quite peculiar, isn't it? If you have small children, you probably drop them off at school. However, in Japan, this rarely happens, as Japanese culture emphasizes teaching children to handle challenges independently. It's not uncommon to see children taking the train or walking to school alone. Moreover, older children are responsible for the younger ones. It may seem absurd, but Japan has a reputation for being one of the safest countries in the world, with low crime rates and a strong sense of community, making parents comfortable letting their kids use public transportation or walk to school alone. If you enjoy painting your nails, you might not like this rule. In Japan, students are prohibited from painting their nails with colored polish or designs. This is considered a violation of dress codes and a distraction from studies. Instead of randomly choosing someone for a task, some teachers use the game of rock, paper, scissors to decide. It may seem odd, but they use it every time a choice needs to be made. As in Brazil and many other countries, school uniforms are mandatory in Japan. However, Japanese uniforms are typically composed of a white shirt, tie, blazer, skirt, or specific trousers depending on gender. Regardless of the student's socioeconomic status, everyone must wear them. For Japanese society, this promotes equality and discipline. Another peculiarity is the prohibition of romantic relationships among students. While feelings of affection in school are common, expressing romantic feelings is strictly prohibited to keep students focused on their studies. Haircuts for boys also have their particularities in Japan. While many may prefer stylish and daring cuts, not all are allowed to have them, especially Japanese students. This results in male students having similar or identical hairstyles. Authorities justify this rule as a way to promote loyalty and maintain order in schools based on hierarchical structures. Another curiosity is that in many Japanese schools, each grade is assigned a specific color for their backpacks, making it easier to visually identify each student's school year. In some countries, all you're expected to do upon arriving at school is to settle into your classroom and prepare for lessons. However, in Japan, the ritual is a bit different. First, you need to remove your shoes, and then switch to indoor footwear. Traditional Japanese culture emphasizes removing shoes when entering homes or buildings, and this custom extends to schools, where it's almost always a rule to make this footwear change. Some schools use a specific type of footwear called uwabaki, which is lightweight, flexible, and easy to put on and take off, designed specifically for indoor use. To promote health and safety, Japanese students are required to learn to swim from an early age. This is especially important in a nation surrounded by water. Learning to swim not only develops swimming skills, but also increases the chances of survival in the event of a natural disaster. Another mandatory rule is that students are instructed to limit the number of steps they take when walking through the hallways. This serves as a way to keep students in their classrooms and prevent them from loitering in the corridors. In Japanese schools, bringing food from home is prohibited. This is because schools provide balanced and educational meals, eliminating the need for students to bring their own food. This rule also aims to promote awareness about nutrition and ensure children's health. Have you ever thought about how nice it would be to move on to the next grade without needing good grades? Well, unlike many education systems, Japanese students automatically advance to the next grade regardless of their academic performance. Although test results are crucial for entering colleges or high schools, this system allows students to progress without academic setbacks. Japanese school rules are so peculiar that even after classes end, there's a rule prohibiting students from talking on their way home. This measure is in place to encourage concentration and prevent inappropriate behavior. Another unusual rule, though not in all schools, is that in some classrooms, students are required to keep a live plant on their desks as part of an environmental education project. This teaches responsibility and care for nature. Japanese people are known for their punctuality and consider being late a sign of disrespect. This culture of punctuality is observed in all aspects of daily life. In Japanese schools, punctuality is mandatory. Students are taught from an early age to greet teachers and classmates with respect, often bowing when entering and leaving the classroom. Respect is a core value in Japanese society, making this rule a requirement in all schools. In Japanese schools, cell phone use is prohibited. This may be a common rule in schools in other countries, but in Japan, the ban is strictly enforced. Upon entering school, students must hand over their phones, which are returned only at the end of the day. This video ends here. Tell us what caught your attention the most. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This motivates me to continue bringing more content. See you in the next video.